Hello everyone, this is a report for week 10. This week was full of awards. Personally, I'm honored to say that I was nominated to the Merike Scholarship. In addition to that, I received the certificate of appreciation from the Deputy Dean for the organization of IR Quest that was in the previous week. To be honest, even such a minor details of appreciation of your work boosts your motivation and pushes you to work even harder. Talking about Instagram, I'm preparing the second part of the IR memes and right now it's in progress. Probably I'm going to publish it on the Instagram in the next week. It's also worth to note that I'm working in cooperation with Sultan Teacher and we are planning a meeting for students about my exchange and work and travel experience. And it's going to be in the next week. Talking about teaching experience, this week's seminar classes were indeed very interesting. We divided the class into 3 groups and played a quiz game. It had 6 different topics related to Cold War in Asia and 3 types of questions from each of those 6 different topics. Talking about the types of the question, we divided it into 3, such as knowing, understanding, and analyzing. So each of those questions are based on certain skill. The first one is the easiest one, which accounts only for 100 points, and that question is mainly about knowing certain historical fact, such as, for example, who was the leader of North and South Korea during the Korean War. The second one is about understanding, and it consisted 300 points. It's about, for example, why did Chinese Communist Party win the Civil War? What was the main reason? And for example, or why civilians from the rural areas, peasants, supported Chinese Communist Party? Just understanding. And the hardest question was about analyzing certain question. For example, what if Korean War didn't happen? What if the Korean Peninsula wasn't divided by 38 parallel? What if it didn't exist, for example? Or what's the difference between the Soviet campaign in Afghanistan and American campaign in Vietnam? So students had to analyze those 2 different wars, comparing their similarities and maybe analyzing different elements, and thus if they get the full point, they can account for 500 points. I also assigned 20, 40, 60 seconds time limit for each of the question based on their difficulty, based on their points respectively, and in case if one of the teams is unable to answer the question, other team members can raise their hands and answer the question, thus taking additional points, carrying their team to the win. Such a format of quiz boosts competition and makes the seminar classes way more interesting, and that's not just my assumption or my personal opinion, but the opinions of students based on their feedback. So in long-term perspective or even in near future, if the faculty is planning to organize such kind of event, this structure can be a good base to it, and I can be the host of the quiz. So this is the end of my report. See you next week.